You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke. It's true. Everything woke turns to, okay? It's true. It's true. Look at what's happening.
It was always a front.
Jackie Robinson was known for many things, but above all, first and foremost, it was his ongoing courage in the face of racial discrimination. In fact, in addition to crossing the color barrier in baseball, he served in a segregated unit in the Army and in one instance refused to move to the back of the bus, was arrested and acquitted. That matters. That history cannot be erased, it cannot be undone, and it must be recognized to fully understand and celebrate his legacy.
Thanks, Mina.
And they used it to take down heroes like Jackie Robinson. ESPN's Mina Kimes, meanwhile, has had enough.
She's asking for a promotion now, and she's failed at everything she's done. I'm sure you saw the ad she ran saying that she would fix the border. It maybe is the most dishonest ad any politician's ever run. I think you're going to kill it with young kids, college kids, in a way that you haven't before. When you came down the staircase 2015, you said your primary campaign was about people coming across the border and the fact that they were sending dangerous criminals. You know who hasn't covered it? New York Times, CBS, Washington Post, all the people who criticized you.
Then there's the MAGA media sphere with this guy, Clay Travis, doing the bidding.
Here's the reality. Tommy's right. It's not just race, though. It's also sexuality. Caitlin Clark is a white heterosexual woman in a black lesbian league, and they resent and are jealous of all of the attention and the shoe deal that she got.
Who says whack stuff like this to pander. What's been rather consistent is the string of attacks led by Travis and trickled down by his minions at his website Outkick, which he sold to Rupert Murdoch for what he stated is $100 million. And those attacks centering, of course, on Kimes. Here's just one example. She responded to Clay Travis writing, I want to add, I don't see myself as a victim at all. Weird stuff comes with the job, and my job is a dream. I get to talk about football with my friends on television. Meanwhile, Clay Travis will go back to sweatily peddling inflammatory BS for his audience. She'd also write, you think you're blackballed because of your politics? But that's not true. There are plenty of people with different views in our industry. The reason no one normal talks to you anymore is because you're a cruel, cynical bully who mines bigotry for clicks. Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStromShow. Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you.
It begs the question, top 5 nips.
Oh, yes. That's a great one.
Because Dr. McGillicuddy's, I think, is number 1 or 2. Screwball also up there.
I'd probably go Mina Kimes.
She has been targeted by Chris Curtis at WEEI, which led to this.
I think she has a right to have this level of confidence. I think she's got ESPN by the balls. I think they're paying her nearly $2 million. She's DEI. She feels like she's got the wind at her back. She's been put in a position she hasn't earned. She's there for DEI.
The doofus himself, Jason Whitlock. He would tweet that he was unaware of a racial slur and added, tell me how Mina Kimes' life was impacted by this. Other than nailing herself to a cross, I don't see the damage. She will dance to rap music, calling black people N-words repeatedly without uttering a complaint. No idea what he's talking about. Kimes fired back, nailing myself to a cross? I made one joke and went back to work because unlike you, I still talk about sports for a living. Have a great day.
I'm 48 hours in, and I consulted with a now good friend of mine, Joe Rogan, after he got COVID, and I've been doing a lot of the stuff that he recommended in his podcasts and, on the phone to me. And I'm going to have the best immunity possible now. I'm thankful for people like Joe stepping up and using their voice.
Then there's free agent quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
It really drove home what is at stake, or like what is the meaningful thing about this story that transcends sports, which is the sort of normalization of conspiracy theories. And I say that not to criticize Rodgers' character or whatever, but really just to kind of criticize the substance of what he was saying, to criticize the sources he was throwing out. I mean, the names that he was bringing up. I don't know, Alex Berenson, for example, the former journalist. So he said his name. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's a guy who's been consistently wrong, proven wrong about vaccines and their efficacy and their danger. He has been misleading in how he has used studies. I'm sure some of the same studies that Rodgers has read. The authors of those studies have refuted him. You could ask any credible scientist, doctor, public health expert, and they would refute him. But when I was watching Rodgers and he said his name, I wasn't surprised to hear it, because the people who believe the things that I think Rodgers now believes, they always cite the same people. You know, it really is groupthink kind of masquerading as independent thought. And it's not just on the fringes of society. I think, as evidenced by the fact, obviously, that one of our most famous athletes is now believing some of these things. But I think a lot of us have people in our lives who have gone down similar I know I do, rabbit holes, who are sort of tempted by the idea of feeling like they know something that the rest of us don't, who, when they're met with skepticism or criticism, as Rodgers was, and I think this is at the heart of a lot of this, they double down. They're still having these debates while the rest of the world has moved on. And I feel like, you know, the fact that that's not just on the fringes is worth noting, and it's worth always checking those points when they're made and not just laughing them off the way we so often do. Because, you know, I understand that there's this inside baseball media aspects of the story that are interesting to you and others, and there's the rhetoric battle. But to me, like, when I was watching that, what I felt was at stake was none of that. It's this ongoing devaluation of facts and expertise,
which Kimes rightfully and thoughtfully put into a more clear perspective for anyone willing to listen.
So this broad Mina, who's a joke. Anyway, her and Stephen A got together, no hairline, and have come to an agreement that Jimmy G is not good, but the Niners win with him. But you're trying to disprove the fact that he wins football games. I don't understand you. Shut up. You sound like a mockery.
Then there was this has-been who, per reports, was fired from his position for sending a text to a football player saying, and I quote, "I am your Hitler." That man is Jason Brown. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day. Calling out elite people in comedy should be the rule of thumb.
I think Donald Trump's hair is actually another creature.
Yeah.
The hair's like going, "Good night, Donald. Good night, Donald." There we go.
Maybe it goes out. It goes out and makes money while he's asleep.
There is something about punching down that feels taboo, and punching up is the way to go.
Crack's not really my thing, but if it was, it would be fine if I was on that side.
Wow.
Don Jr.'s on coke.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I'm a very stable genius.
It is very important, the work that the Jordan Kleppers are doing, the work that the Good Liars are doing, the work that our team here at the Turks are doing, and many more.
Used to see these tackles, now they tackle. Oh, head-on-head collision. Bing, flag. Footballs become soft.
You have Trump doing sound effects for tackles. The choice could not be more clear. Like, let's not beat around the bush.